everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, consider subscribing. It does help us feed our hungry hippos. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Today's October 3rd, and I was actually going to do an overview of eBay Open from last week and talk about the sessions I attended and show you where you can watch the replays if you missed Open. However, something happened in the reselling community yesterday, and it's time sensitive and it's really important. So we're going to go ahead and cover Poshmark's news today. When the blog dropped yesterday, I did do a short reel on all of my socials, if you saw that, but I want to do a little more in-depth than a 1-minute short video. So what I want to do with this video, we're going to take a minute to do just the facts. Just the facts. I'm going to read you the blog. I'm going to read you the letter from the CEO from Posh. After we go over just the facts, we're going to do some scenarios on the fee system and how it breaks down and what it's going to look like. So we're going to have to do some math. I'll have to break out the calculator. And then I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions. Before we start with just the facts, I do have one opinion to express. I don't like that they let us know via a blog, and allegedly folks got this letter from the CEO in their notifications on their Poshmark. However, I saw dozens and hundreds of resellers on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, in my messages, my emails, saying they couldn't find it, and I didn't get it either. You'll see here that I had to go to Reddit to find the CEO's letter. Somebody put it in a Reddit thread for resellers, and this is where I had to go to find it. I also did see screen shares of this on Instagram and Facebook, so I can effectively say that this is actually the letter people were getting. I didn't receive it, and a lot of resellers didn't. So for most of us, the only information we had was this blog. Now, please tell me, raise your hands, who's following Poshmark's blog so stringently that you saw it when the news dropped. And then they gave you 1-day notice. We were told yesterday, late afternoon, that this was going to happen starting today. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like if Macari did the same thing at the beginning of the year, they gave you like a 1-day notice. I can tell you I don't like it, but I'm not the CEO of Poshmark. I'm not the CEO of Macari. I'm not the queen boss of the world who decides how notifications and memos go out or how long of a notice you get before it changes. But if I were the queen boss of the world, I would let people know at least a month ahead of time, and I would send reminders once a week until it happened. In multiple places, not just my blog. All right, let's read their blog together. Did you know that at Poshmark, they're always looking for ways to simplify selling and buying, then trying to ensure the community has the best experience? That's why starting October 3rd, 2024, we're introducing a simplified, more transparent fee structure to make selling easier and more profitable. They're reducing the 20% fee in the US, and they're replacing it with a 5.99% seller fee, a 5.99% buyer protection fee, and a 1-2-3 structure, where both sellers and buyers will pay $1, $2, or $3 depending on how the item or bundle sale price. They needed to put in parentheses here. In other words, we get to double dip. For sellers, this allows you to keep a larger share of your earnings with every sale and gives you the flexibility to sell a wider variety of items, no matter the price. For buyers, this demonstrates our continued commitment to ensuring you will be protected. I'm not supposed to be doing opinions here. This is supposed to be just the facts. They're ensuring that the buyers are now protected. So apparently in the past they weren't protected, but now they're going to be paying for the privilege of shopping on Poshmark. They're going to be protected. Transparency is critical to our marketplace, which is why any costs relating to buying and selling on Poshmark are clear and upfront. Here's the charts. I can't read any more of this blog. I'm going to link this down below. You can read it if you want, but I'm not going to be able to sit here and just read it and not sound sarcastic or input my thoughts. I need to drink a coffee. Dear Poshmark, I'm going to read you the CEO letter. Dear Poshmark community, we are making one of the biggest changes to our marketplace since we started the company. Our current 20% / $2.95 seller fee will be significantly reduced, replacing it with a new 1, 2, 3 structure. It makes me want to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They're 1, 2, 3. Effective in the US tomorrow, October 3rd. Poshmark seller fee will be $1, $2, or $3 based on the order value plus 5.99% of the order total. We will also be adding a buyer protection fee, i.e. double dipping, based on the same simple and transparent fee structure. I can't read this. I'll link the Reddit. If you have the letter, go ahead and read it. I told myself I was going to come into this and just read these, but I can't. So you get the gist. Here's the charts. So now we're going to do some scenarios. There are 3 levels of fees now. There used to be 2. There used to be under 15 and over 15. Now we have $50 and over, between $15 and $49.99, and the under 15. This is the 1, 2, 3. You have a $1, $2, $3 fee plus the 5.99%. The buyer's also paying that, so they're getting this twice. The order total now is for the total cost of the order. So your cost of the item plus shipping plus taxes. I've never been okay with having to pay fees on taxes. But again, I'm not the queen boss of the world. Even eBay charges you fees on the taxes. I don't like it. But adding the shipping into the total here on Poshmark, I really don't like. Here's the difference. On eBay, no matter how you break it down, whether you're giving the buyer free shipping or you're charging them, whatever the buyer's paying for the item, the total, shipping and everything, goes to you. It's your money. It's in your pocket. And then you get a label and you pay for the label. So if I charge $10 for a pair of jeans for shipping, I get that $10. So I've paid fees on it. And then I can go over to Pirate Ship and get a $6 label. I've made a nice $4 profit. On Poshmark, the buyers paying that shipping, it goes straight to Poshmark. We never see it. We don't get a piece of it. Why am I paying fees on shipping? Why am I paying fees on a part of the total that I never see? I'm okay with paying fees on a total I get. So if that shipping cost was coming to me and then I got to choose where I got my label, cool story, bro. But now Poshmark is charging us a fee. I'm not okay with it. It's whatever. By the way, I did forget to read you this from the CEO's letter. It's important. They're going to launch a Posh Pass beta, which is a closet-wide shipping discount where every item in a closet can receive $5.99 shipping, courtesy of Poshmark. This beta program will begin today on October 3rd. It will initially be available at no cost, meaning in the future they're going to charge for it. Any Posh ambassador through the end of the year will have the $5.95 shipping available to them on the items in their closet. And it says initially available at no cost, which means to me that after the end of the year, that's going to be another fee they're going to tack on. But let's just get to the scenarios here. So we are going to do, for an example, a $100 item, a $20 pretend item, and a $12 pretend item, just to hit each of these levels of fees. Okay, so the $100 item, the buyer's going to pay $100. We'll say they got the $5.95 shipping, and we'll add in the sales tax. I'm going to go with what I know here in Pennsylvania is ours is 7%. So that's the math I'm going to do here for the example. To figure out the tax, I'm going to times the total by 1.07 to get the 7% sales tax. And there you are. $113.36 is their total. But in order to get the 6%, what I'm going to do here is figure out 1%. Times that by 6. So we've got an $8 fee in addition to this. So we got an $8 fee and then the $3 fee for the chart here. So we're going to be paying $11 in fees. And our poor buyer on a $100 item is now paying $132.36 at checkout after shipping, taxes, and fees. Their $100 item has turned into $132. Shall we do a $20 item? We'll add in the $5.95 shipping, figure out the 7% sales tax. We'll do my little tricksy here. 27.76 divided by 100. So 1% is that. Times it by 6. You're adding in another $1.66 in fees. $1.67, we'll round it up, plus $2. So you're looking at $4 or $5, roughly in fees for us. But that $20 item for the buyer has now become a $31.42 item. Let's do a pretend $12 item. $12 plus the shipping. Figure out the tax. I'm sure there's another easier way to do this, but this is how I do it to figure out the percentages. I am more of an English person than a math person. So your fees on the $12 is going to be right around $2.15 for us, which is okay. Not too shabby. But your buyer is now looking at, we're going to add in the $1.15 plus the dollar. They're looking at a $12 item turning into a $21 item. I don't know about you, but if I was a buyer and I went to check out and I saw my $100 item becoming $132, and my $20 item becoming a $32, and my $12 item going over $20, I'm going to back out at checkout and go find it somewhere else. So now I get to tell you my thoughts. I've been telling you my thoughts all along. I said I was just going to read that, but I can't because I feel a certain type of way and it's going to come across, and that's fine. It's my YouTube channel and I will say what I want. That sounded snarky. I didn't mean it snarky. I meant to say, as much as I wanted to just read this and be factual, this is my platform. And so my feelings and thoughts and everything are always going to come across. I'm not okay with the 1-day warning. I did mention that. I'm not okay with how the communication went out. Okay, I do have to let you know. Full transparency, complete honesty. When Macari first made these changes back in April, similar changes. We don't pay any fees over there now. The buyer pays all the fees. The brunt is on them. Poshmark's doing this weird, the seller pays part, the buyer pays part. I was on board. I didn't think it was that bad of an idea. I was like, woohoo, no more fees for me. And I have completely done a 360 on my viewpoint since then. So when I was telling everyone it will be fine, the sky isn't falling, Macari is just doing this to help us. Since then, I have watched my sales on Macari dwindle and dwindle and dwindle and peter out to almost nothing. I mean, they're very little. My Macari, I wouldn't say it's dead. It's undead. It's like struggling to survive. It's a zombie. And 9 out of 10 resellers I know have also told me and reported to me that they're seeing less sales on Macari. I did spend all afternoon yesterday, just so you know, I spent all afternoon in messages on Facebook talking to people. I went to a listing party last night and talked to everyone that was there. So I have actually talked to other resellers and kind of took the night to think about it and sleep on it before I made this video. Macari sales for most sellers have gone way down. And I blame it on this fee structure. Buyers don't want to check out of any platform and see that their $100 item has now got $32 tacked on it and a laundry list of fees. It looks like DoorDash. They don't want it. At a time when the cost of everything has gone up and continues to go up around us. And most Americans are just struggling to put food on the table and buy groceries and pay their bills. Why in the hell are you raising fees for buyers on these seller platforms? The cost of everything else has gone up, and we are now charging buyers additional fees and even more to shop online. Now is the time to do incentives and to lower prices and offer discounts and do clearances and free shipping. I mean, we're going into Q4. It's the time to lower prices, I guess, is what, not like lower our prices of what we're selling items for, but I don't think these platforms should be charging the buyers fees or charging them for the privilege of shopping, especially in today's economy. Sellers paying the fees is one thing. We've always paid fees. We've always paid for the privilege of selling on a platform. We've always paid to have our items on these platforms. They do the advertising for us. They do it's just easier than having your own website or a brick and mortar. So we're okay with having fees. Buyers, not so much. They don't want to look at this laundry list at checkout. I've compared it to DoorDash, but here's the thing about DoorDash. People are willing to pay the fees on DoorDash because they are paying for a service. They are paying to have food delivered straight to their door. They're paying those fees for food delivery, whether it's DoorDash, Uber Eats, or whatever. They're paying for the convenience of not having to cook, go to the grocery store, get in the car and drive to the drive-thru. When consumers or buyers are paying for the convenience to get a reward at the end, they're willing to do it. I don't think that shopping online is that convenience. Now, there are some cheerleaders out there who like this idea, and they have said that Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, several other selling platforms are now charging their buyers fees. If you know of any others, feel free to let me know in the comments. But it looks like this is a move that a lot of platforms are making, and eBay is testing this in the UK and other parts of the world where they're charging the buyer the fees. So yes, it looks like it is moving forward. This may be industry standard. This may start being something that we see. I don't have to like it. You guys know I've always had like a love-hate relationship with eBay. I don't like everything they do. I will pay to play in their sandbox and I will follow their rules. Doesn't mean I have to like them. If the industry standard moving forward is going to be charging buyers fees, I'm not going to like it. I have no choice but to accept it, but I'm not going to like it. And the cheerleaders and everyone that thinks this is great and this is the new industry standard and everybody's moving towards it, could you have a seat for just a second? In fact, take several seats and just listen to what I have to say. The theory that this is going to put more money in your pocket, we thought that with Mercari too, right? We thought when Mercari switched to putting the fees on the buyers that we would all be making more money. More money for me, less fees, more profit. Did you know that to make money, you actually have to get sales? Profits require you selling your items. The sales on Poshmark have gone down. Buyers do not want to pay those fees. They have reacted to that by not shopping on Mercari. How was that more money in my pocket? At least when I was paying fees, I was selling 5 items a day. I was selling a lot more on Mercari. I paid fees, sure, but I was getting money. I was making sales. If I'm not selling anything, I'm selling zero profit of zero sales is $0, regardless of who's paying those fees. So, you know, the theory that this is going to be more money in our pocket, I don't know, because you actually have to have sales to get those. Even if this becomes industry standard, correct? Even if, it's not going to happen overnight. There's going to be growing pains. Buyers are not going to like this. Ask yourself, do you still want to shop on the platforms that are charging you a fee to shop? I'm pissed off because I've been sitting on $100 credit on Poshmark. I won a couple of their listing I don't want to call it a competition, but every once in a while when they run those love it and list it events, and then you can win if you list during that time. I've won some of I got credits from signing people up. I have a lot of credits. I've been saving them, and I'm pissed off because I should have spent my $100 before I have to pay fees on what I'm shopping for. So my thought as a seller, I don't want my buyers to pay more than they have to. I want to price my items competitively. I want to have high prices. I don't want to race to the bottom. I don't want to be a shithead who's ruining the market. I want to make the money off my sale. These fees aren't even going to me. And you know what else this is going to result in? Buyers are going to want lower offers. Now they're going to complain. There's shipping, there's taxes, there's fees. All that adds up. And they're going to want you to lower your prices to accommodate and adjust for those fees that they're paying. They're going to want you to make less money to make up for all these fees that they're paying. They're going to want you to sell those $20 jeans to them for $15. So the fees and everything after they're added in still brings that sale to $20 or whatever. That was bad math, but you get what I'm saying. They're going to want you to lower your prices to accommodate for all of these fees. What's going to happen with bundles and shipping discounts and all of that on Poshmark? Buyers used to bundle items to get the discounts. Are they still going to want to do that? What about live shows? You going to do a $5 start? You going to do a $5 start on your live auctions on Poshmark? I don't know. You want to see what the fees would be for the buyer? The $5 item plus shipping, tax, $11.71. So that's a $70 fee, which is good for us. Yeah, sure. And another extra $1. So $1.70 for us on a $5 live auction, which we used to pay $2.95 on. Cool story. But your buyer is bidding $5 on an item that they're not going to pay $13.42 for. I rounded up. I don't think so. If this does become standard, which everyone seems to think that's what's going to happen, eventually, years from now, probably buyers will adjust. Buyers adjust. They do. Sellers adjust. We do. Every time something happens on a platform that we don't agree with or we don't like, we either adjust or we don't sell anymore. I mean, that's just how it is. People do adjust. Humans are very good at adapting, but you can have growing pains as they learn to adapt. Initially, are they going to just stop shopping on Mercari and Poshmark and start shopping more on eBay? And then if eBay ever starts charging the buyer fees, what are they going to do then? Go to Walmart? Go to Amazon? But what about the really cool secondhand items and vintage items that Walmart doesn't sell? Walmart is a big box store. It sells new items. It sells food. You're not going to find antique secondhand items on there. Vintage, thrifted items, stuff like that. So then what happens? Do people just start going to the thrift stores? Do we see an influx of actual brick and mortar stores in our communities again, like it used to be when I was a kid? Are there going to be more brick and mortars? Are people going to go thrifting on their own to thrift stores? Are they going to find elsewhere to shop? You know, it's to be seen. I wish I had a crystal ball. I would just look into it and see what's going to happen. I don't think buyers are going to be happy initially. And if this is the way it's going to be, then everyone's going to have to adjust eventually and just accept it. But it's not like you're paying for a convenience of having Big Macs and fries delivered to your door so you don't have to cook tonight. This is different, and buyers aren't going to like it. Will they eventually adjust? Probably. Will it take a couple of years and some growing pains? Definitely. I also don't feel like this is a good time to be testing this out. We're going into Q4. And I have said this in several videos, and I stand by it. It's kind of a rude comment to make, but it's 100% truthful and 100% factual, and sometimes the truth hurts. When it comes to vacations and holidays, people are reckless and irresponsible with their spending. People will put themselves into credit card debt. People will skip paying actual like utility bills. I've seen it happen to have a good holiday or a good vacation. We are going into Q4. We are going into the holidays. We are going into the time of year where people are about to get reckless. So even if everything's costing more and groceries are higher and rent and mortgages and utilities, everything, gas, you know, the rest of the year it's a struggle and people are shopping less. People are about to start spending. Mercari doing it in April was a better determination of whether or not this was going to work. During the normal part of the year, we saw the sales go down. People are still going to shop in Q4. The buyers are going to eventually adjust. They will, but there's going to be growing pains, and I just don't see buyers lining up and volunteering to pay more fees. Nobody likes to pay more money. It's not something buyers are going to initially like. Here, I'm going to end this video. I think I've said my piece, and if I've sounded disjointed or discombobulated, I've actually been trying to record this around people coming in and out of my house. So the maintenance men are here putting in a new water heater today, and they're ringing the bell every time they come and go, and it's very distracting. So I'm going to end the video. Thank you for bearing with me. Comments down below are here for you guys. So I want to know what your thoughts are. In the last day or so, talking to folks and just gauging other people's reactions to this. I think the majority of resellers don't like it. There are some that do, and I like to hear different opinions. So let me know your thoughts. I want to know if you're still going to sell on Poshmark, if you're still going to list over there, and are you going to lower your prices to adjust for your buyers paying more fees and having a higher total at the end? Will you lower your prices to accommodate for that? And go be productive, guys. Go make some money. I'm going to go try to get some listing done until they're done downstairs and I can record some more videos. But I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Y'all are the best. Bye.